Step 5. We are moving along. This is results indicators. This is what do we want to see as a result of what we're doing. In my training this week, an interesting thing that I learned was an if-then statement. Alright, so if we look at our proficient students with their prioritized next step was create and explicate. So if these students create a political cartoon, then we will see. And that's our results indicator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if-then statement really kind of cleared it up for me.
Basically, what they got to do in the end, what they have to show us when the show's over.
Yes, what are we going to do? What are they going to do? And how's it going to look in the end? So our prioritized next step for proficient and higher is create and explicate their own political cartoons. Our selected instructional strategy.
There's
The non-linguistic, yeah.
Yeah, the non-linguistic representation.
And I really like having that level of analysis put on top of it too.
Having them analyze it afterwards.
They could grade it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Save us some time. Alright, adult behaviors.
As far as adult behaviors, we
have to teach them the features.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's say mini lesson.
Mini lesson of modeling.
Well, let's say mini lesson of features. Here's how you model.
Just look pretty.
That's right, modeling. The writing invitations, I think, the repetitiveness of it. You know, doing it every day in class.
Yeah, repetition.
Thank you. The repetition.
I don't know why I said that. So.
That's okay. Repetitiveness, repetition is much better. All right, student behaviors. What are they gonna do?
Obviously, they're going to be the ones creating.
Yeah.
They're gonna create based on current event, past event, their choice, local event, world event.
I think they would benefit from having it be their choice.
I think you're right.
Because, students always do better when they feel like they have a voice. And
That would be something they buy into.
You're right about that.
Well, you can do this or you can do this, and then they get excited.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right,
They
so
don't have to be either one.
yes, and then analyze.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that one,
Create and analyze.
that would come during the mini lesson, and while they're creating, if they're gonna have to explain it, what they
Right.
did, they have to have the analysis.
Analyze.
So that'd come on both ends.
Other cartoons and their own.
That'd be good.
I like that. All right, so
What if we had groups create them and then switch
Another
them,
group?
and then
I
another
like
group
that.
analyzed it?
I like that. So let's say in their own slash peer work.
Okay.
I like that a lot. Which is something I do a lot with my honor students, but I don't always bring it over to my English 1 students. I should. So, what to look for in student work. So, our if-then statement. If they create their cartoons, then we will see a deeper analysis, right?
Yep. So deep analysis.
Of political cartoons. Good. Alright, close to proficient. Our prioritized next step.
Was making connections and thinking out of the box. Text to world connections.
Yes, those textual connections.
T2WC.
Oh, look at you.
I know my codes.
You do.
In our selected instructional strategy,
They're gonna analyze the poster.
Yeah, that's the poster analysis.
poster analysis and exit
And the
slips.
exit slips. Alright, so adult behaviors. Again, the mini lesson of the features.
Yeah.
We can all model this using our new document cameras.
That would be nice.
So
So
modeling.
modeling, love it.
What if we modeled this using some current issues? Especially something that's obvious and in the news a lot, so even if they're under a rock, they could have heard about it.
So we're talking like some sort of political cartoon or even just a photograph.
Excuse me. USA Today does like 4 or 5 online every day, and they're pretty good.
Or photos.
Although we can always drop back and do Robert Ariel's Carolina Clips and Cartoons.
Those are the best.
Modeling over document camera with current events. Alright, what else under adult behaviors?
Modeling.
The exit slips, just the...
Yes.
And even
Exit slip and writing invitation topics.
slash writing invite.
You know, coming up with those meaningful questions that connect with what we're doing, so it's not just a hoop to jump through.
Yeah.
Alright, student behaviors. What are they gonna do?
I like looking at
Text to
them.
word connections.
They are gonna make those
No.
connections. Well, they're gonna actually work with a cartoon. They're gonna take the information. So ideally, we see them taking the information from the mini lesson, from that direct instruction, and applying it to a real world situation, right? So,
And then-
all right, label. Don't we want to have them maybe label? So we mentioned this with earlier. With when they create their cartoons, put the cartoon in the middle of the poster, they actually label the parts. So we can talk about distortion and
So
and why.
label graphic features
Yes,
on political cartoons.
labeling graphic features. And also with student behaviors, we can have them, through their exit slips and other things, have them vocalize those connections in sentence form.
Okay.
So almost a constructed response.
Yeah.
That's exactly
And
what
plus with the writing invitations and the exit slips, you're able to give them immediate feedback
Right.
to that. Because
Right.
you're
Not
able to
waiting.
see it that same day. It's not anything that you have to take home and be like, oh my god, I'm so much reading. You can just read through it really quickly
Right.
and give them that immediate feedback on it.
Right. Alright, so if they are analyzing the posters and making those text-to-world connections, then we will see what? An increased understanding of the methods used.
Yeah, they would see an increased understanding of the methods. And an increased understanding of how things are interrelated.
Yes.
Because I think that's what a lot of kids miss, is that almost everything you do in school is all interrelated and you can connect it all. So,
Okay.
And even some understanding of the symbols involved. Hopefully all of that will lead them to understand a little bit more about different meanings of things.
Yes. Alright, 2 more, so let's get through these pretty quick. Far to go. Our far to go students were the prioritized next steps the same, similar? Yes? Did I write that right?
I'm
I
sorry.
think it is.
Okay,
My paper's got all jumbled up.
that's okay. So we're still talking text to
Text to
oral.
world connections between political cartoons and current events. Yeah,
Alright. Let's jump on down to intervention and focus on them.
yeah, because that's pretty much the same.
Yes, it is. Alright,
Intervention was just,
identify.
Yeah, they need to identify, I don't know if you even want to put the obvious features, but identify features.
Yeah.
just surface level.
Service level.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll
Sounds a
lead
little
to.
better.
Alright, so what are we gonna do? Or what's our prioritize, our selected instructional strategy? We're gonna have them actually use a graphic
Do the graphic
organizer.
organizers, yeah. And everything else is similar. We can just
Yeah, graphic organizer of features.
political cartoon features.
Alright. Adult behaviors.
adult behavior, we'd have to model, I mean, we'd have to go over what each individual section is.
Yes, mini lesson with definitions. I think you're right.
Yes, that was worded much better.
It's okay, I said repetitiveness. Mini lesson with definitions. I think with these students in particular, giving them something to organize their notes on. So an adult behavior would be
A
helping.
guided notes.
Yes, guided notes. There you go. Guided notes.
That way they're not just looking at a blank page. I don't know what to
Exactly, I know. And then modeling.
Yeah, I was
Guided
gonna
notes
say,
and modeling.
maybe even when you go do the guided notes, say, here's what I would write if we got the document camera up and running. Here's what I would write
Yeah.
in this box. See how
Yes,
it's,
yes.
so,
All right, student behaviors.
procedure.
Note taking.
Note taking.
Not to throw a wrench in the system, but thinking about the features, I think there are what, 4 main features, 4 to 6 main features, 6 I think main features of a political cartoon. What if we had them do a concept map to help them really so, and maybe in 6 groups, each group does a different
That's what I'm
feature
saying,
as a
yeah,
concept
focus on
map
one.
to really ingrain that understanding.
Okay.
And also that would incorporate some reciprocal teaching.
Mhm.
So student behavior would be a concept map.
And then just have each group focus on one.
Mm-hmm.
That almost work out to be an expert group kind of thing. if we want them to talk
Exactly, and then
about it.
present, and then a guided practice
Okay.
with cartoons, and that'll just be over and over and over, you know.
What they need.
So, if we have them learn the features and organize them appropriately, then we will see,
An understanding of the graphics, I think.
okay, so an increased
An
understanding.
increased understanding of the graphics. I mean, it'll take them past identifying. I mean, I know our next step is identifying, but once they're able to do all that, they'll be able to understand it and then to analyze it. It's kind of just moving them up.
I think you're right. And closer to analysis. Maybe not there yet,
Yeah,
but
maybe
definitely
not there
getting
yet,
close.
but yes, definitely closer to where the other strategies might help them as well.
Okay,
Alrighty.
that's it. So we are ready to go on Monday with our mini lesson.
That's, yeah, that'd be the
You
next
know
thing
where
to
we
do.
are?
Yeah.
So we're jumping in feet first with some direct instruction, and we will go from there.
Alrighty.
And our deadline is sneaking up quick, so 25th. Well,
25th, yeah.
around about that time. It gives you a couple of days flex time, but we definitely want to try and have it on the third 9 weeks report card.
Mhm.
Can do.
All right,
Sounds good.
good job. Thanks, guys.